What if I told you a single birth shook empires, silenced idols, and lit the skies with a new star? This is the night that changed history forever. In the land of Syria, a Jew named Fraz lived some distance away from Makkah. Whenever he came to Makkah for some work and met the people there, he would say to them, "Very soon, in your midst, a child will be born. All of Arabia will follow his path. Before him, people will be humbled and brought low. He will also become the ruler of the non-Arabs and their cities. This is indeed his time. Whoever reaches his era of prophethood and follows him will succeed in his purpose. Whatever goodness and virtue he hopes for, he will attain it. And whoever reaches his era of prophethood but opposes him, he will fail in his aims and desires." Whenever a child was born in Makkah al-Mukarramah, that Jew would inquire about the child and then say, "Not yet, that child has not been born." Finally, when the noble prophet, peace be upon him, came into this world, Abdul Muttalib left his home and went to that Jew. Reaching the door of his place of worship, he called out to him, is asked, "Who is it?" He, Abdul Muttalib, told him his name. Then he asked him, "What do you say about this child?" He looked at him and then said, "Yes, you could be his father. Indeed, that child has been born about whom I used to tell you all. That star has now risen, which is the sign of this child's birth. And the sign is this. At this moment that child is in pain. This suffering will remain with him for 3 days, and after that he will be well." The explanation of what the monk said about the child being in pain for 3 days is that the prophet, peace be upon him, did not drink milk for 3 days. And what the Jew had said, "Yes, you could be his father." This meant that among the Arabs, a grandfather is also referred to as a father. And the noble prophet himself once said, "I am the son of Abdul Muttalib." That Jew also said to Abdul Muttalib, "Keep your tongue closed about this matter, that is, do not tell anyone. Otherwise, people will envy this child greatly, with an envy the like of which has never happened before, and he will face such fierce opposition that no one else in the world has ever faced." Hearing such words about his grandson, Abdul Muttalib asked, "Yes, how long will this child live?" The Jew replied, "If this child lives his natural span of life, it will not reach 70 years. Rather, even before that, at the age of 61 or 63 years, he will pass away, and the average lifespan of his nation will also be the same. At the time of his birth, the idols of the world will fall down and collapse." All these signs, this Jew had known from the prophecies of the previous prophets, and each and every one of them came true exactly. Some people of Quraysh, Amr bin Nufail and Abdullah bin Jash, among others, used to go to an idol. On that very night when the prophet, peace be upon him, was born, they also went to it. They saw that the idol had fallen flat on its face. This seemed bad to them, so they lifted it and set it upright. But it fell again. They set it up once more, and it again toppled over. They were greatly astonished. This seemed very strange to them. Then a voice came out of that idol. "This is the news of the birth of a child, whose light has illuminated all the corners of the earth, from east to west." This voice coming out of the idol made them even more astonished. In addition, another event occurred. The palace of Kisra Nushirwan, the emperor of Persia, began to shake and cracks appeared in it. Kisra's palace was extremely strong, built with great stones and lime. Terror spread throughout the empire because of this incident. A dreadful sound had also come from the cracks. 14 battlements of the palace broke off and fell to the ground. At his birth, another event took place, the sacred fire temples of Persia, in which they worshipped fire and never allowed it to go out, all extinguished at once in that very night. The fire worshippers began crying and wailing. When Kisra received all these reports, he summoned a soothsayer. After hearing about the cracks in his palace and the extinguishing of the fire temples, he asked, "Why is all this happening?" The soothsayer himself could not answer, but he said, "The answers to these questions can be given by my maternal uncle. His name is Sati." Nushirwan said, "Very well, go and bring the answers from him." So he went, met Sati, and narrated these events to him. After hearing them, he said, A prophet carrying a staff will appear who will prevail over Arabia and Syria, and whatever is destined to happen will surely happen. He conveyed this answer to Kisra. By then, Kisra had also sought information from other soothsayers. So, upon hearing this, he said, "Then the time has not yet come," meaning their dominance will be after my reign. On the 7th day after his birth, Abdul Muttalib performed the aqiqah for him and named him Muhammad. In Arabia, before this, no one had ever been given this name. The Quraysh found this name rather strange, so some people said to Abdul Muttalib, "O Abdul Muttalib, why have you not named this child after his forefathers, but rather named him Muhammad? This name belongs to neither your forefathers nor anyone in your tribe." Abdul Muttalib replied to them, "My wish is that in the heavens Allah Almighty will praise this child, and on the earth people will praise him." The meaning of Muhammad is, the one who is praised abundantly. Likewise, on his mother's side, his name was kept as Ahmad. No one before had ever been given the name Ahmad either, meaning Allah Almighty himself preserved both of these names, and no one else was able to take them. Ahmad means the one who praises the most. Halimah Suhaila has written that he was Ahmad first and Muhammad afterwards, meaning others praised him later, but before that, his rank was that he praised Allah the most. In the earlier scriptures, his name was mentioned as Ahmad. After his mother, the first person whose milk he drank was Thuwaybah. Thuwaybah was the slave girl of the Prophet's uncle, Abu Lahab. Abu Lahab freed her out of joy at the Prophet's birth. Thuwaybah suckled him for a few days. Around that same time, Thuwaybah herself bore a son. The Prophet's mother nursed him only for 9 days. After that, Thuwaybah nursed him. Then came the turn of Lady Halimah Sa'diyah, R.A. Lady Halimah Sa'diyah, R.A., set out from her village. With her was her suckling child and her husband. Lady Halimah Sa'diyah, R.A., entered Makkah after the other women. Her donkey was very weak and frail. Along with her was her weak and old she-camel. It walked very slowly. Because of them, Halimah, R.A., would remain far behind the caravan. This time also, it was the same. She entered Makkah the very last.